I'm guessing the board is not really happy with the BMW executive or their ideas on how they would turn Stellantis around, and looks like they're going to promote in-house, which is interesting to say the least. Let's talk about Carlos Tavares' upcoming replacement as CEO of Stellantis. What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And before we get into today's video, quick shout out to the sponsors here at TK's Garage, and that is Destroyer1320.com. If you own a Mopar product, whether it's a Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, and they also do some Fords and some other stuff as well, you don't want your vehicle to show up on Instagram on a reel, getting somebody doing donuts before they crash it and then set it on fire. You don't want that to be you. And if you don't, go to Destroyer1320.com and make sure you get the products that are needed to protect your vehicle, to deter your vehicle popping up on Instagram on a crash dummy mission. And tell them I sent you. Destroyer1320.com. So getting into this video, guys. The current Jeep CEO, Antonio, I'm probably going to butcher his last name, Fiducia, could be the next CEO of Stellantis. Now, recently, he's become the chief operating officer, succeeding the former Carlos, not Tavares, but a different one, for North America. So he's now the chief operating officer as well as Jeep. And we've talked about him before. What I find interesting here is, according to sources, they were very excited about possibly replacing Tavares with this individual that either was still active at BMW or once was an executive at BMW. But it seems their method, or what they would like to do, is not what the board wants. And ultimately, that's who's going to make the decision to hire Carlos Tavares' replacement. So Fiducia's the current CEO of Jeep and has led the South America region, where he increased revenue, market share, and quality. I mean, well, it's not hard to do that. I mean, if you bring anything that's competent down there and you don't have the same safety regulations that you do here in America, yeah, you could have some winners down there, like the Rampage and some of the other interesting Dodge products that you can't get here, including the Chinese-built, cars from GAC that Dodge or Stellantis rebrands as Stellantis products. He recently became the chief operating officer, like I said, in North America. And people think that he's a shoo-in now to become the CEO because of his, international flavor. The fact that he's not just a muscle car guy from America, which is, I really think, what they need here in North America, but I digress. With Stellantis having operations in Europe, North America, and Italy, so cultural considerations, I guess, are what's guiding this direction. It's got to be somebody that can work with Italy, but also South America, Europe, and then here in the United States. The board currently, at the time of recording this video, has about 14 months to find a successor to replace Tavares. Now, one of the things that's changed here recently, they said his contract expires in 2026, but really recently, since the election, there's internal rumblings that they could try to get Tavares to stay, which I think would be a dumb move. But I digress. What do you guys think about, and I'm sorry for the coughing, guys. I'm trying to get over this. What do you think about Antonio becoming the CEO of Stellantis? Do you think he would be able to, while he was able to grow the market in South America, do you think the board would give him the leeway to set pricing or cut pricing and invest? Because they're going to have to invest here heavily in the United States if they don't want to get tariffed into oblivion. That's the challenge for whoever the new CEO is going to be at Stellantis. It's going to come down to, how do I not pay 25% tariffs from bringing vehicles in from Windsor Assembly and then bringing trucks and other vehicles in from Saltillo Assembly from Mexico? You don't have to pay that 25% a unit. Now, I know a lot of people go, oh, TK, the consumers are going to pay it. No, they're not. Absolutely, they're not. I know you say, oh, they just pass that on to the consumers. I don't know if you've read some of the policies and some of the stuff that's been coming out, but they're nipping that in the bud. They're not going to be able to just increase prices and try to pass that on to consumers. If they do, let's say even if they could do that, let's say if the brands did do that and they increase pricing and they drop them here in the United States at 25% more money, they won't sell. Nobody's buying that crap. Sorry. So what's going to happen is they're going to reopen Belvedere. They don't have a choice. They're going to have to expand production at Shap, at Warren Assembly, where they already were making the Ram 1500 Classic. And Warren's going to have to start making 2500s, 3500 Rams. They're going to take those away from Mexico. I can guarantee it. And they're going to have to do the same thing. And I feel bad for the people that are in, Windsor and Canada, but they're going to do the same thing. They're going to take those Chargers and those minivans because they don't want to pay that 25% rate. And to see what's going on with Brampton now, that was some of the other breaking news, is they were actually doing some retooling there or taking stuff out of there. No more retooling. The contractors that were in there were doing that. They're gone. Now there's just more stuff coming out. Nothing's going in. They're going to sell that plant. They'll probably do the same thing to Windsor, or they'll make stuff for other brands around the world for Stellantis at Windsor, right? Just won't be stuff that comes into America because it's not worth it for them for Stellantis to make money on those vehicles. But I digress. What do you guys think about Antonio taking over, the current Jeep CEO and Chief Operating Officer here in North America, as the Stellantis CEO? Would that move the needle for you to make you think the brand might get more reliable again or start making stuff that we all want? Because me personally, I don't have a bone to pick with the guy. I don't think there's a lot of people that understand this market except people that have lived and worked in this market for 20 plus years. That's just me. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.
For the longest time. Whoa. For the longest time.
Yo, Percocet, Miley Percocet.